All right, all right. It's me. It's Mike. I'm back, and I got some things to say. I got some things to rant about. Some videos to watch. You got all kinds of stuff going on. What do we got? We got Jeff. Hey, Jeff, man, glad to see you here. And fake human, of course. These clowns, man. These clowns all the way around, man. It's like clowns is what they are. It's not ISKCON. It's clowns. These guys are clowns. Everything about them are fucking clowns. But they're dangerous fucking clowns. These guys are dangerous ass clowns, man. Hey, Rafael, man, glad to see you, man. I got some videos here. My producer has joined us. And let's get right to it, man. Let's get right into this. So of course we gotta do the opening.
Hello?
Hello.
All right, hey, thanks for sticking it out. I know it's always rough getting through that. Hey, we got Dahlia. Good to see you here, man. Glad to see you stopped by. And of course, fake human running after that kiwi. Man, we got some kiwi and other stuff to talk about. And clowns are rather nasty, scary. I don't know what that is from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, or worse, Halloween movie. Man, you know, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Absolutely, man. These guys. Okay, so let's get right. Okay, so we're gonna start off. Rafael sent in a video. You know, I like to start kind of get things going. You know, kind of like a train moving out of the station. You know, we got to kind of. Well, you know, we'll get there, and then we'll pick up steam, and we'll be full steam ahead. But right now, let's see what we got. We got. I'm gonna save this one. I'm gonna move the order of this one around a little bit. What do we got here? We got. Okay, this is pretty funny. Hey, we got Kooky Falcon. Good to see you here. You came in on a good one. So Rafael sent this video, and I never seen anything like this. This is good for a laugh. See, we can start off laughing, having fun, and goofing around, right? We don't have to be all child molesters and abuse and all. You know. Let's let's laugh a little bit here at this one. My God. I'm glad I never watched this stuff. I remember hearing about these things being made, and I had no idea it could be so horrible. I had no idea it could be so horrible. Let's take a look at this. So this is George Harrison helps Srila Prabhupada in London. And this is from the Aboitcharan Day. I guess it's like a mini series. I don't know where I guess it's in India. I guess it was aired in India, but well,
ये जीवन कहानी उस महान व्यक्ति की है जिनकी स्मृति में यह स्मारक निर्माण किया गया है।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे राम राम राम
Well, you can see it was all it was written by so it was written by Bhakti Charu Swami, right? Like, who told him he's a screenwriter? All of these guys, I don't know where these guys got the idea that they're, hey, let's make a movie. Okay, let's get going here. Produced by Bhakti Charu Swami. Okay, here we go.
In the last part, we saw Hare Krishna tops the charts. Devotees recorded with George Harrison. Now, further.
That fat guy, they're supposed to be Prabhupada, which is hilarious.
Sham Sundar.
It's not too noisy for you up here? You're right about the noise.
No, little noise, what is that? There is noise, it means there is progress. If there is no noise, then
I don't know where this is supposed to be taking place, but it looks like they tried to recreate Prabhupada's room in Los Angeles, because I've been in Prabhupada's room in Los Angeles like so many times. And it just kind of reminds me. It reminds me of Prabhupada's room because the way it's set up. I don't know. This is weird.
Swamiji, we wanted to ask you something. Mukunda Gurudas and I were talking, and we know how much you want to have Sankirtan parties on the streets of London. But practically, the three of us have our hands full just to keep up with everything. We don't have much time to take these English brahmacharis out and train them up on Sankirtan. Could we ask Tamal Krishna to come over from California?
I was also thinking the same. I will write to him tonight. If it is all right, he will come immediately to head the Sankirtan in London. So, you are meeting your friend George Harrison soon?
Yes, Srila Prabhupada. In fact, next week I'm meeting George with his friend David Wynn at a place that sells marble. We're gonna pick up some new slabs for the temple altar. George volunteered to pay for it. After we pick up the marble, we're all gonna go to David Wynn's house for dinner.
Is he a vegetarian?
No, Srila Prabhupada. But George informed him that we'll be only taking fruit salad and milk products.
Oh.
I don't know. This is the most insane thing I've ever seen. But it's totally Hare Krishna. I mean, okay, here we go.
I have personally made this request.
And so you see, this inner marble one is very nearly exhausted.
That's George Harrison. In case you don't recognize, that is George Harrison from the Beatles. You should be able to recognize his long hair and his mustache.
No thanks, I'm stuffed.
Look at this. Insane.
George, do you remember that book I told you about that Prabhupada wrote, the Krishna book? I know this is gonna scare you, but
This is like that movie with Riley C, whatever his name is, something's Riley, where he's the where he's the rock and roll guy, and he meets the Beatles or whatever, and they actually have to use their name, because otherwise you wouldn't know who they are in the movie. So he's like, oh, what about you, Ringo Starr? What do you think? And he's like, oh, I don't know, John Lennon. What do you think, John Lennon? It's like, if you didn't know, that's supposed to be
Wrote the Krishna book.
George. Oh, I am George.
I know this is going to scare you, but Prabhupada asked me to ask you something.
He wants you to pay for his books. He's begging you for some money for the. He wants 5,000 copies,
full color,
with painting
How
and
much is it costing?
how much you want from me? Delusion on steroids. Progress on steroids. Disgusting. This is the most hilarious thing I've ever seen. Oh boy, I knew this lo-fi production would make us giggle. This is so embarrassing. I can't believe that they would release that. They want people to watch. I can't believe they want people to watch this.
Prabhupada said that Dai Nippon, the printers from Japan, they gave us a quote for
$1 billion.
for $19,000.
He's a what? Like, what are you talking about? Are you insane? $19,000? Don't you know this is 1969? And you know, $19,000 is like $1 million in 2025. What are you talking about? $19,000? Are you insane? He didn't look happy. George didn't look happy. He looked like that girl in New Zealand. Like, oh my God, what are you talking about? Oh my God, that is ridiculous. The sad thing is that they actually released that and thought that that was good for their. Hey, look at the quality of ISKCON. I mean, oh my goodness, they really putting out some top-notch entertainment. I've seen better high school. I've seen better high school plays. Progress. God damn it. George looked like a mariachi. George is like, ¿qué pasa? ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? ¿Qué es ustedes dólares? How many pesos you want from me? God damn it, it's too funny. It's too funny. It's too funny. What other bullshit do they want us to believe about it? Like, what else? Oh my God. What else do they want us to believe? This is such bullshit. George looks like a mariachi from Tijuana. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Tacos. Here comes the tacos. Here comes the tacos. I just thought of a song. You know what? I just thought of a song. It's called Here Comes the Tacos. Because bring those tacos in here, man. Get these guys out of here. I knew they were going to want some money from me. I knew it wasn't just chant and be happy. I knew that was a scam. I just knew it was a scam.
Prabhupada after that. Prabhupada said that Krishna helped me, but this is a little bit too much.
Oh my God. Look at that transcendental bliss.
See, the devotees have done so much hard work by painting so many pictures of Krishna's pastimes. They're all big paintings, originally on canvas. But
okay, I'm having too much fun. This is a disgusting pedophile cult, and I'm having too much fun laughing at this bullshit. See, when que pasa, where's my sombrero? George is like, look, I got to get back to All Things Must Pass. Okay, I got a big album coming out, and I really need to get out of here. This is some bullshit with the begging. Now you're begging me. Now you're begging me for some money. That's too funny, man. It just shows you anybody can fall for this cult. Anybody can get sucked in. George Harrison, he had everything he wanted. I mean, he had guitars, he had amplifiers, he's girls, women. He's touring the world. He's got money. He's got cars. He's got houses. He's got mansions. He's got everything. And what does he do? He gets messed up with this fucking guy. And now they're asking him for money for books. Hey, can you help us print these books? It's like, oh man, I knew I never should have got messed up with these guys. I gave him a house. That wasn't enough. I gave him a house. I did this for him. I let him sleep on the floor. Now they're asking me for $19,000 for some books. It's like I thought I was going to chant and be happy. Now I'm chant and I'm in debt. It's like, what the fuck is going on? Okay, so let's look at this other one. You're going to party like it's 19,990. Crazy, man. Well, here's another. Here are these freaks. Let's get back to these freaks, okay? Because this is really what's going on. They try to make that movie look all like, oh, we're just raising money to print books, and we asked George Harrison. No, you guys are fucking freaks. You guys are freaks. It couldn't have been nominated for anything. It had been nominated for the trash can. Look, they're saving the world. This is what they think they're saving the world. When they talk about like, you know, oh, His Holiness, His grace, oh, he's saving the souls. This is what they're talking about. Dancing around, like just his dancing in this room and everybody watching is so liberating and so spiritual and so powerful that just by being all this crap, like washing their feet and throwing flowers at them and watching them dance, watching these guys dance is like somehow doing something for somebody. Like this freak, like what is he doing? All he's doing is acting like a 15th century homosexual, transgendered, crazy man who wandered the streets of friggin' Jagannath Puri. If he even existed, I don't even know if he was a real person. I'm not convinced he's a real person. You know, I mean, maybe he was a real person, but I don't know. He didn't walk into a statue. I know that much. But look at these guys. I know that guy. I seen it. Here's another one walking around. Wash my foot stump. Wash my foot stump. Wash my feet. And there's like Radhanaths in there, and Bhakti Tirtha, and oh wow, yeah, you jumped and you spun. Like, who cares? The women over there. You ladies got to get over there because we don't want you over here near us men. Because, you know, you ladies stay in your own lane, okay? Oh, this guy, he's doing the running man. He's doing the running man. He's doing the spinning freak. This is the dance called the spinning freak. It was popular back in the 14th century. It kind of went out of style. And now it's back. Oh, let's give the women something to do. Okay, here we go. Back to the spinning freak. More spinning freak. This is what pedophiles do when they're molesting kids. It looks like Yadubar in the back, or not Yadubar, but I know that devotee. Friggin' insanity, man. Friggin' insane. They really think they're doing something. They're all excited like they're doing something. They're all excited like they're doing something. There he is, another bald freak. Friggin' conspiracy to commit murder freaks. It's like the whole New Vrindavan bunch. They got Radhanath and Bhakti Tirtha. It's just friggin'. Spinning freak Ananda dance. I know. That's what it is. These guys, man. Friggin' spinning pedo freak Ananda dance. That's exactly what it is, man. Insanity. And here's some more. Here's some more. This is all thanks to Raphael. Here's some more friggin' freaks dancing around, not realizing they're in a homophobic, sexist, racist, pedophile cult. They don't, no, let's just all sing and dance. They think it's all singing and dancing, jumping up and down. They don't even realize the brainwashing that they're in, the self-induced psychosis.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
That's the Radha Raman temple.
Hare Krishna,
They even got the little kids in it. Knowing how they abuse their kids, they're still gonna put their little kids in the videos. Like, hey, fuck them kids, fuck them kids. We indoctrinate our kids. Hey, blink twice if you want to get out. That's what I say. Like this, blink twice if you want to escape this cult. Noisy progress. It's scary. It's scary as fuck. These people are sick. These people are sick. It's like watching the Taliban dance around.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
It's just white people trying to be just white people cosplaying.
Hare Krishna.
It's the Bollywood boys. It's the Bollywood boys. Oh my god. It's the Backstreet Bollywood boys. It's the Backstreet boy.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. It looks like Panchagoda or something. I don't know who that is, but it looks. Panchagoda is a lot older than that, but it could be him. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
That sounds like he's Russian or something.
Hare Rama.
I know exactly where that is. It's like right. I know exactly where that street is. It's like that's the MVT is right on the other side. Right on the other side of that wall is like the MVT or something. I'm pretty sure that's where that is.
Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
That's
Hare Krishna.
That's Kaliya Ghat right there. That's where Krishna jumped off the tree into the river to dance on Kaliya Krishna's head. I know Vrindavan pretty well. I've been there so many times. I've been to Vrindavan like, I don't know, like 18, 19. I don't know, so many times I can't lose count. But I recognize every single place where they are. I've been to every single. So they got every nationality, every white person, black person, and Indians leading this stuff. Oh, we all know where that is. I think we all know where that is. I avoid this place. I'm in Vrindavan. I avoid this place. Absolutely. Okay. So that's what they're doing. They're running around like it's a lot of fun, but actually, this cult harms so many people. Taliban, played by Russians, dancing around. I know. It's the Hindu Taliban. The way they treat their women, the way they treat their kids, their philosophy, their worldview, exactly what they want in life, the way they want the world to be run, and who's in charge and how it works. It's the Taliban. It's the Hindu Taliban, but they make it out like it's just all jumping up and down and friggin' insanity, man. Friggin' insanity. All you gotta do is open up the books. I mean, the last show I did is like chapter 1, verse 40. Prabhupada's talking about women and how they're degraded and they're like children and they're less intelligent and they're the problem in the world and they cause unwanted brothers. And that's chapter 1, verse 40. There's like a shit load of chapters and purports to get through. He's got to lays it all out right there. It just gets worse from there on. What Prabhupada says about women in the Bhagavad Gita is no reason to dance around. There's no reason to dance around and be excited about it. It's just not. There's no reason to be this excited and jumping around knowing how they treat their women and kids. That is psychosis. That is intense. What this cult does with its women and children, not just what they've done, like some bad shit happened in the past. Their books are a blueprint for how to abuse women and children. You can smack them around. They're dumb. They're less intelligent. They like to be raped. They're not really your family, so who cares what happens if they're not following 4 regular principles? They're demons. That's why they can practice this disconnection so easy. Oh, my parents are demons. I don't want nothing to do with them. Oh, my kid he's not changing. I don't want nothing to do with him. Or I'll stick him in the guru cooler. Or I just leave. I'll go to Spain and dance and do this shit. I'm gonna dance around. Just forget what I'm supposed to be doing with my children. I'm gonna go do this. Because the book tells me this is more important than anything. The books tell me this is more important than anything. I don't need to do anything. My children, my parents, my family, they're not devotees, so I don't even give a fuck about them. Bhakti Vikas, he says, fuck them kids. I don't care if kids were abused. I'm going to go hang out with the guys that did all the abuse. I'm going to go hang out with the guys that did the abuse and fuck them kids. So what if the kids are traumatized enough already? Now they got to see me. Now we're just promoting these abusers. Fuck them kids. I don't care about all the women and kids that were abused. I got guru buddies that I need to go hang out with. That's what's going on behind the scenes when all this freaking dancing and clapping and all this bullshit is done. And you see what's really going on. They're like, what the fuck are they dancing about? When the geriatric patients start feeling groovy. The streets around the MVT, Krishna Balaram Mandir, various guys, a little bit. Yes, it's like if I went and I was going to do a video, make a movie by myself on my iPhone. That's like what they did. That's what they did. They don't get this, but they're just running around and they're having fun, running around having fun like it's fun. You ask those kids being abused, women being abused, Rupa Manjari, so many people have been abused and hurt and harmed. It's not like, oh, we had 1 or 2 things happen in the past. No, this is an ongoing calamity. You guys act like it's, I understand if I was running a cult and I was doing all kinds of horrible things behind the scenes, I'd want to make it look like everything was going on just like and nothing was happening back there. I would have everybody out chanting and having parties and parades and hey, let's make it look like we're a lot of fun. We don't want to make it look like, we're sinister and evil. Our books do that enough. It's not Hindu. This is not Hinduism. ISKCON is different from Hinduism. This is a cult. The only thing that this has to do with Hinduism is that they worship some Hindu gods and some Hindu idols or some Hindu deities, and they read some Hindu scriptures. Other than that, it has nothing to do with Hinduism. And Prabhupada says, this is not a Hindu movement. No, it's the Hindu Taliban. It's like Prabhupada saying this, we're not Hindu, is like the Taliban saying we're not Islam, we're not Muslim. Yeah, you are, but you don't. Not everybody's a jihadist. Not everybody's a Taliban. Not everybody's an ISIS. Not everybody's Al Qaeda. Not everybody's an ISKCON. ISKCON's like the Taliban. It's a terrorist. It's a terrorist. It's a domestic. Wherever they are, there's shit going on. Prabhupada is just wrong. Krishna Draupadi story, if original translation shows women were to be respected, the entire story was about not making women cry or your kingdom was about not making women cry or your kingdom will be destroyed. Yeah, I only know what's in Prabhupada's book, so I can't say. There's many people that can. There's a lot of people that have studied and they can say, well, the original story was this. The original verses was like this. The original text is like this. And Prabhupada is wrong. He translated this word wrong. He did that. I can't do that. I only know what's in Prabhupada's books, and I know Prabhupada's books are bullshit. But there are a lot of people out there that can tell you exactly where Prabhupada goes wrong. I know where Prabhupada goes wrong because he was a failed chemist, megalomaniac, cult leader, college dropout. I don't need to know. I'm interested when I read articles about how Prabhupada mistranslated this, or the original Bhagavatam story said that, or this or that. Yeah, I'm interested. I'm like, oh wow, that's interesting. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anything, but it is interesting. It is interesting to know the real story or the real thing, and not just Prabhupada's whacked out views. It is interesting, and to go along with that, I do want to show. Where is it now? Oh, here it is. Okay, so this is from the Hare Krishna subreddit, and I'm just gonna read one of these things that some people say, and I think it's funny. I think it's funny, and it's revealing of how these freaks think. Okay, and okay, so here we go. I want to show you. This one says, "Do I have to deny the theory of evolution to be a Hare Krishna?" Right? And well, it depends on what you have. It depends on what you consider a Hare Krishna. If you want to be a follower of Srila Prabhupada or a disciple of Srila Prabhupada, then yes, you have to. You have to. Because Prabhupada says, like he says in so many conversations in his books, if you don't agree with me, if you don't accept my conclusions, if you don't just accept it all, then you're not my disciple. You're not my follower. You're something else. So if you want to be Prabhupada's disciple, you want to be connected to Prabhupada through his Sampradaya or whatever, then yes, you do. He says, I'm new to the Krishna consciousness movement, but I've seen some in this movement online deny Darwin's theory of evolution by natural selection. Is there a way to reconcile modern science with Gaudiya Vaishnavism theology? Can I say that Krishna guided the process of evolution? Thank you. No, you can't. Because Prabhupada talks about Darwin being a demon. He talks about Darwin being a demon, the scientist this, evolution is that, it's a demoniac, it's all of these things. So no, you cannot deny the theory. You do have to deny the theory of evolution. Now, that doesn't mean you can't pretend. Let's see what someone says. The very first comment is, Hare Krishna, I just ignore it and wouldn't worry too much about it. You're just gonna ignore it and don't worry too much about it. Your spiritual master who's teaching you, he's gonna impart knowledge to you. The self-realized soul, who's gonna impart knowledge, transcendental knowledge to you, says that evolution is fake and false and it's not real. And you're saying just ignore it. If you just ignore it, don't worry about it too much. You might meet people who are a bit too firm about their views. Too firm. I'd say Prabhupada's the one who's too firm. I'd say Prabhupada's the one who's making this. You might meet people who are a bit too firm about their views on certain things, but these debates are largely unnecessary and unproductive. It's better to focus on our personal experiences with Krishna and devotion towards him. What personal experience do you have with Krishna? This is the brainwashing. They want you to deny the theory of evolution or, natural selection, the idea that scientists can figure stuff out. Just reject science. Even if they don't have everything, just reject science and believe this bullshit. And it's not even important. These debates are largely unnecessary and unproductive. Oh yeah, they're unnecessary and unproductive. It's unproductive to come to the conclusion that Prabhupada doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. He just doesn't know what he's talking about. Prabhupada was born like 40 years after Darwin wrote his book or something. It's not like evolution hadn't been around that long when Prabhupada was born. To Prabhupada, evolution was like just some shit that they did. Prabhupada didn't believe in it, like in a lot of shit, because first of all, he was born before shit. He didn't have the brain to friggin' comprehend it. He's believing in demon heads eating the moon. And now this person here who obviously went to school, has some intelligence, has some knowledge that says, hey, I'm new to this Krishna consciousness movement. Well, why do I gotta deny evolution to chant and be happy? Why can't I just chant and be happy? No, you can't chant and be happy. No. You gotta believe this bullshit. Because if you're not believing this bullshit, you're chanting offensively. And if you're chanting offensively, that's worse than not chanting at all. Only pagans are enlightened enough to imagine God as tiny enough to be moved like furniture. Krishna is all powerful. The holy name is the most powerful thing in the world. He's the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He's present in his name. Yet Kali Yuga and karma and Maya are way stronger than the holy name. Because karma can get you, and Maya will get you, and Kali Yuga will get you, and next thing you know, you're Trivikram. You're having sex with you're 85 years old, having sex with your 35-year-old disciple. Or you're Tattva Darshan and you're flying off to Cambodia to get a Thai massage from a 12-year-old. Or your Jitterati who says, hey, getting a Thai massage from a 12-year-old is no problem. Or your Bhakti Vikash Swami who's like, hey, I got to forgive you even if you do go to Phnom Penh and get a Thai massage from a 12-year-old girl. I got to forgive you for that. And not only will I give you for that, I'm going to go wash your feet too. I'll go wash your feet, no problem. That's the bullshit. And let me just say, I did find a verse here where Prabhupada does not say, just forgive this guy and let him go. He doesn't say, oh, he's a child molester. You can just forgive him because Prabhupada says in this verse. No, Prabhupada says something else. So in the Veda base, I was poking around and I found this conversation that Prabhupada has. And Prabhupada says, I got to get all my things out of the way here so I can read this. Okay. Prabhupada says, everyone is this. Karandar has done some. This is in the middle of a conversation. They're talking about okay, so here it is, right here. Sudama says that Sudama had a homosexual affair. He says right here. Sudama has a homosexual affair and leaves. And Prabhupada finds out about it. And he says, and Prabhupada says, oh, really? So, really? Because he says he had a homosexual affair and so they're talking about Sudam leaving. Sudam's leaving. He left. And this devotee says, Sudam, for example, is planning on starting a dance troupe. When he asked what he would do if your divine grace asked him to do something else, instead he said, I would have to do it anyway. In summary, it seems to me, at least, they are minimizing the value of the spiritual master's instruction, and at the same time, when we attack them on that same point, they deny it and claim rather that we're just fanatics. So they're talking about Sudam. Sudam had a homosexual affair for months. He was covering it up. It wasn't a fall down. He was covering it up. So Prabhupada says, so they're saying, the devotee says, they're saying Sudam and his men are saying to the devotees, we can have you all thrown off this property in a minute, because they have the connection with Alfred Ford. Prabhupada says, so he is creating some impression of ISKCON. That was his policy, so that the property can be given in his name, as he has taken the restaurant. Devotee, yes, Prabhupada, that was his plan. Therefore, he did not like that I should go there. Sudam was also a Swami. Yeah, so Sudam was good friends with my friend Radhakund. I heard all the stories about Sudam from Radhakund. They knew each other from the old days, and they also knew each other from Badger. Sudam was living in Badger, Radhakund was living in Badger. They were partying up there. They were doing whatever they were doing. I don't want to give away. I ain't trying to, whatever they were doing, let's just leave it at that. Radhakunda and Sudam, whatever they were doing. So yeah, I know. I heard all the stories. That's what I'm saying. I've heard it all. So here he says, but yeah, he was a Swami. He was a Swami when he left. So he says here, Prabhupada, you write to him that, quote, Sudam has left our camp. He has nothing to do with ISKCON. He has nothing to be recognized. He has his own plan. So under the circumstances, I want to see you, unquote. What shall I write? He may poison devotee. It looks as if they have already poisoned him some, because according to Sudam, he doesn't trust ISKCON. He doesn't. He is not pleased with ISKCON. Okay, so it moves on. And then Prabhupada here says, this sex, this illicit sex, how is killing him? Illicit sex is so dangerous. He is a good boy. Similarly, Gaurasundar is killed by this illicit sex. Everyone will be killed with the illicit sex. This is the difficulty. Fall down. What can I do? I have already given instruction. If they do not follow, they fall down. That is sure. So dangerous. And in our society, it is very easy to have a fair. So many girls are there. Okay, so, and he goes on and he says, this is where he says about fall down. Prabhupada says, yes, so quote, I am coming very soon in Hawaii. I am very much busy in Bombay for some business, unquote. Everyone is this. Karandar has done some. I trusted so much. How you can. This is the poison, illicit sex, and this poison will kill everything. This is the poison, and I cannot understand whether I shall be able to save my disciples from this poison. This is the poison. They do not take it seriously, but in the beginning I said, no illicit sex. If you want at all these four principles, if they are not strictly followed, then he's victimized forever. Today or tomorrow, he should take little time of his time to save himself. Artificially, that will not save him. He will fall down. Krishna can excuse for some time, but it is not indistinct. And then Prabhupada quotes right here. He says, Apiset su durakaro. Bhagavad Gita 9:30. If unconsciously, or if you have some accidentally fall down, that is excused. But purposefully, it is all rascaldom. Bali Mardon fell down, Bali Mardon fell, Karandar fell, Sudama fell, and gradually they are all falling down. What can I do? I say that you shall remain fixed up in this way, but if you do not accept it, then how can I help you? If I say that, don't draw your knife on your neck, and if you do it, so how can I save you? This is Prabhupada saying, if you accidentally fall down, that can be excused. But he's saying, if you're not, it's not an accidental fall down. He's saying, but purposefully, it is all rascaldom. He's saying, if it's on purpose, you're breaking your vow. This Trivikram hiding it for 6 months. Sudam was hiding it. He says, the letter is dated, this conversation is dated January 3rd. And in the letter, and in the conversation, he says, Sudam came to me in September, and he was already hiding it. He had a illicit homosexual affair, and he'd been hiding it for months. And Prabhupada says, this is rascaldom. This is not an accidental fall down. But purposefully, It is all rascaldom. This is on purpose. You didn't fall down. Sudam didn't fall down. Sudam was like, fuck it. Fuck them vows. I'm doing my thing. And when he got caught, he said, okay, then I'll leave. That's not a fall down. That's like Trivikram, covering it up for 6 months. And then they catch him and he's like, oh, well, I'll go start I'll get married. Oh, no, I don't want to get married. I'll just go to Jew Beach. That's rascaldom. Probably didn't say forgive these guys. Well, Tattva Darshan goes to Phnom Penh, gets after all the accusations and being kicked out of ISKCON and all that, and then he gets caught in Phnom Penh with a 12-year-old girl. That's not accidental. That's not accidental. That's on purpose. He did all of that shit on purpose. Prabhupada doesn't say to forgive that. He says this is rascaldom. Prabhupada says Bali Martin fell down, Karandar fell down, Sudam fell down, this guy fell down, that guy fell down. These guys are leaving. He says, if unconsciously or if you have some accidentally fall down, that's excused. But purposefully, this is a rascal. I mean, these guys are fakes and frauds. Prabhupada's saying, you guys are fakes and frauds. He's saying Sudam has his own plans. Like Sudam just didn't like, and then he wants to come back in. No, Sudam's like, he's hiding it, doing his own thing. Prabhupada finds out about it, or they find out about it. First of all, Sudam lied and told him that he confessed to Prabhupada that he was having a homosexual affair, and Prabhupada said it was okay. Just go read the whole conversation. You can read the whole conversation, it's all there. This is the same thing as all of these guys. And Bhakti Vikash is like, oh, I have to forgive them. There's no having to forgive nobody. Prabhupada's like, write a letter and tell them that these guys are not part of ISKCON anymore. You write them a letter and tell them that these guys are not, they have nothing to do with us. I missed all these comments, but that's okay. Oh, they were absolutely doubting the cult. Devotees were already doubting the cult while Prabhupada was around. They were falling down left and right because it doesn't work. And it was even, they just think these are devotees that had face-to-face with Prabhupada. They had FaceTime with Prabhupada. Guru Kripa, Yashodanandan, raising money to build a Krishna Balaram temple. They're both, Yashodanandan fell down and Guru Kripa, who knows what the hell he's doing. All of these guys. And if they didn't fall down, they're palling around with people that did and worse. It's worse. Look, Sudama falling down and saying, hey, I'm going to go do some stuff. Hey, he's doing stuff that nobody would care about except he's a Swami. So now I'm going and just saying, I'm just going to go do stuff. Karandar and Bali Mardan, these guys. If ever there will be a book about fallen gurus, so far its ongoing process would be thick. It'd be like a fucking phone book. It'd be like the old white pages. It'd be like the old yellow page. It'd be like the old yellow page. It'd be like this big. You see that meme of that guy looking through that book, and the book is like, it goes all the way to the floor, and it's like how to please a woman or what? It's some stupid. It's always got some joke, right? That's what it is. it's like the looking through the list of fallen gurus. It's like the list goes on forever. And pretty much everyone wearing saffron is fake as hell. They were fake as hell back then. And you're going to tell me that they're not fake now? You give me a break, man. You give me a break. And Trivikram and Bhaktividyapurna Swami and Bhakti Prabha Vishnu and this guy and that guy and Raghava Swami and Indrayumna Swami and all of these guys. These guys were bullshit when Prabhupada was here. And they ain't no Prabhupada no more. They can do whatever the fuck they want. They don't have to. They don't answer. They don't answer to nobody. Radhadat don't answer to nobody. Jai Pataka, none of these guys. Bhakti Vikash don't answer to nobody. No, they don't answer to nobody. Every devotee from Badger, Three Rivers is doing dodgy things on the side, including the most fanatical ones. You know, I'm gonna tell you what, I had no idea. The first time I went to Badger, I didn't even know Badger existed. I didn't know it was a devotee. I just knew that these people that I knew, Radhakunda, lived there, and that there were some other devotees lived there, but I didn't know it was like this community, Three Rivers, and the whole. I didn't know it had history. It had a temple and I didn't know any of that. And I get up there, and the first thing we do is we're gonna go look for some weed. We go looking, so we're like, we're going through. It's like Breaking Bad. It's like Breaking Badger. We're driving from trailer to from house to house, looking at, hey, you know where to get? Where's so and so? He's got the weed, and I'm just like, wow, these are devotees. I was like, wow, this is amazing. And then we go to the trailer park, and the guy's talking about how the cops just came by, and he was like cooking up some meth, and he gave him some story about he was making prasadam or something. And I was like, well, these guys are cooking up drugs. I was like, what am I getting mixed up in? You know, believe me, I wasn't no squeaky clean guy, but I wasn't expecting this from Hare Krishnas. I thought I was on a spiritual retreat. I thought I was on a spiritual Hare Krishna, up in the mountains, Badger, Krishna thing. No, it was like, it was Breaking Badger, man. It was, they all break laws every day. I know, and the ones that aren't up there, the ones that aren't doing stuff in Badger, they're down in Visalia doing the pick. These guys came back up, and they're like, and they all of a sudden some people came in, because I didn't know anybody. I just knew Radhakunda and Bir Lakshman, and that was it. And all of a sudden, all these people are like, there's Mahabhuti, and there's all these other people there. And then all of a sudden, some bunch of kids came, grown kids came, and they're like, yeah, we just came from doing the pick down in, and I didn't even know what the pick was. I didn't know what the pick was. And they're like, yeah, we just came down from doing the pick. We were in Visalia. Yeah, we were doing this. Fake as hell. It's such a scam. It's such a scam. Hey, Liam, and Liam, good to see you, and Travis, good to see you here, man. So I don't know what that is. Fake it till you make it, bastards. I swear. And they were doing that in Prabhupada's time. And so there was something else I want to do in this let me just show you here. Prabhupada says here, right here, they're talking about how he got 12,000 as a loan, and Sudama, somehow he didn't trust to pay it back. Sudama, as manager, transferred ownership of several of the temple vehicles to his name, and in addition, he took. And Prabhupada says, why not take criminal charges against him? Prosecute him. So that would be another trouble. That isn't also not advisable, huh? And then Guru Kripa says, very difficult. So Prabhupada was not against the idea of suing people or going to court or calling the police on people. Prabhupada says, why not take criminal charges against him, prosecute him? Prabhupada was not against the idea of using the Karmi police and the Karmi courts to get justice. This idea that we got to let these child molesters go or forgive them, this is all bullshit. There's no reason for these guys to be letting these child molesters and people go and not turning them into the police. This is their bullshit. This is not Prabhupada's idea. I'm not saying Prabhupada is a saint by any means. Prabhupada is an evil fucking monster. But what I'm saying is, these guys are fucking full of shit too. These guys are full of shit too. Okay, so I got that out of the way. There was another one on the Reddit thing that I wanted to share with you that someone had written in and said, it's getting insane. Here it is, birth control. My boyfriend and I had a child and planning on getting birth control because my mental health during pregnancy was very bad, almost dangerous. Is this bad of me to get on birth control? I just don't think I can handle being pregnant ever again, and I'm okay with not having intercourse, but he is not very religious, and I know there needs to be intimacy in our relationship. I don't know what to tell you, man, but if you're writing in and asking about birth control and asking about intercourse and asking about intimacy in your relationship, hey, your shit's over. I'm just saying it's over. If you're asking strangers advice about your relationship because you got a book or you're reading some crap about Krishna, and all of a sudden you don't know whether to take birth control, you don't know about having intercourse again. She says, I'm okay with not having intercourse. I don't know. Do you think he's okay with not having intercourse? This is insane shit. That someone can get involved with this cult, and all of a sudden their whole head is fucked up. She's had a child with this. She had a child with this person. My boyfriend and I had a child. And I'm planning on getting birth control because my mental health during pregnancy was very bad, almost dangerous. She doesn't want to get pregnant again. But she wants to have intercourse with her husband. She says, I'm okay with not having intercourse, but he's not very religious, which means he wants to fuck, so he's not changing. He wants everything the way it was before. He's got a kid. He's got a girlfriend. He's probably thinking about getting married one day. And now she got involved with this cult. And she's asking strangers whether she should take birth control, whether she should have intercourse, asking strangers on Reddit what she should do. Because she got infected with this fucking cult. It just pisses me off. Like, chant and be happy. No, you're not going to chant and be happy. You're going to start chanting, you're going to read this book, and your fucking whole life's going to fall apart. You're going to fucking have problems with your family. You're going to have problems with your boyfriend. Now, she's looking at splitting up with her boyfriend and being a single parent. He's going to be a single parent. She's going to be a single parent. Just the whole, and the child. And I'm not saying they were the happiest friggin' couple on the planet, but, obviously they had a child together. This cult is not going to help. If she thought this cult was going to bring them together, oh boy, have I got a surprise for you. Here I got another one. I come to you peacefully and respectfully with a few questions regarding the faith. Is ISKCON considered the governing body of all the Hare Krishna movement by the vast majority of followers? Are there illegitimate paths to becoming a Krishna conscious guru within the movement outside of the GBC? I've come across a talented woman here in Miami named Jadharani Dasi, Shamarani Dasi. The two names reflect two gurus. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada gave her the first, and Bhaktivedanta Narayan gave her the second. I understand the latter may be controversial, blah, 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 blah. These people fuck up people's lives, man. And we know because we got involved with it, and we know firsthand what it does, what it can do to somebody. And when I see shit like this, questions like this, I don't know, PTSD, ADHD, I don't know what it does, but it fucking pisses me off. Pisses me off that these poor people who have perfectly happy lives, and by perfectly happy, I mean just a life, okay? They just have a life. And now their life is going to become is going to become screwed up and even more screwed up than everybody's got problems. You don't need this cult. Everybody's got problems at work, at home, this, that. Life is not just smooth sailing, right? There's bumps, there's ups and downs. You don't need this cult making every bump a friggin' mountain, making every little thing, oh my God, it's against the rules, and just fucking up your head. She's already having problems with her, she's already like, look, I want to get birth control because my boyfriend wants to fuck all the time, and I don't want to get pregnant. But now I got a book. She doesn't say now I got a book, but basically now I got a book, and I've been reading it, and it says birth control is bad. So I'm kind of confused about this because I don't want to, look, like all she wanted to do was just have birth control. Now who knows what's going to happen with these poor people? I swear, I swear to God. I hope they come to their senses. I hope every single one of them comes to their senses. And don't get friggin' start doing shit that these people, just ignore it. Yeah, just ignore it until you're fully brainwashed and you're totally confused and frustrated and having anxiety all day long, every day of your life, because you let yourself be brainwashed by just ignoring it and moving on. Don't ignore it and moving on. That's how the brainwashing happens. Don't think about it. Just stick with the brainwashing. And then eventually you'll be brainwashed, and you won't care if there's a demon head eating the moon. The problem is the damned rigged teachings that are 100% a scam, but in the process to realize this, people's lives are ruined. I know. And some people never realize it. Some people never realize it. They live their whole life in this friggin' cult. They never realize what a scam is. They're pushing a shopping cart full of books around, not even realizing that they're pushing a shopping cart of books around. They think they're on book distribution. They're so fucked up in the head, they're calling it devotional service, book distribution, service to the Supreme Lord, service to my spiritual master, serving the lotus feet. I'm doing Sankirtan, Harinam Sankirtan, whatever the fuck they want to call it. Anything but begging with a book. Anything but pushing a shopping cart around a parking lot. They don't want to call it that. I'm going out on Harinam Sankirtan, Lord Chaitanya's golden age. They're brainwashed. You're not doing that. You're walking around a Hollywood Bowl with a bag full of little friggin' books that you're begging people to take them and give you $1 for it. That's what you're doing. And you're calling it Sankirtan, transcendental service, devotional service, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's not what it is. You're begging with a book. People are insane. Ruining your life. Doing that shit for 60 years, and then what do? You end up now you're in a conference room teaching a bunch of people how to scam people with books because you're too old to go do it. So now you're just teaching people, you're giving a class on how to beg with a book. Make sure you have books before you go out. Rule number 1, have books. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Her time in the cult didn't bring her, but boost up her ego. Didn't do anything for her, but boost up her ego for being the first woman. But yeah, what did she do? What did she do? What did she learn? What did she learn about some fairy tales that have done nothing for her? Taught her how to beg? She can't even beg properly? There are those who say that surrendering bodily control of the great medicinal engine is akin to bearing the mark of the beast in silence. Yeah, I kind of like this ChatGPT. He's all right guy. He's all right guy. It's spiritual narcissists. These guys are those guys dancing around. So okay, now let's get to the main event. I got to get to this because, you know, like I was saying the other night, I got my history with this pod guy, and I've been talking about him for a while, and he didn't have anything to say about me. And for some reason, I get the idea that he watches my videos. I'm getting the idea he's watching my videos because he came out. I mean, I just did this video 2 days ago about him and Henry Doktorski. I just did a video about him. And he comes out today or yesterday, with more Henry stuff. And he's like, I want to clarify my Henry stuff. So I guess he felt like all that bullshit that he said, he didn't get it all out. He didn't get it all out. He's got more to say. And I can tell you already, it's just more of the same crap. But he's got more to say, and I'm gonna go ahead and comment on it because I think it's just hilarious. It's more of him. He's a clown. The guy's a clown. This pod guy's a clown, and I'm gonna have to say I'm gonna have to choose sides here and go. I'm definitely with Henry on this. I'm not a Henry supporter, but on this issue, I'm definitely in Henry's corner. Okay, that's all I can say. Is Henry, I'm with you on this one, okay? Oh my God. I saw Jadharani is already collecting young people to serve at her ashram in Miami. New young saffron man she's grooming to serve in her mission. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Woo. Well, when we get more information on that, I'll talk about that. I'll talk about that when we get more information about her and what she's doing. Okay, so let's see what it has to say. What he has to say. What this pod guy has to say. He says. So this is dated Monday, November 24th. So this is today or yesterday for whoever's keeping score. He says, Pod. I have decided to make a clarification on my position on Henry Doktorski. I guess his position wasn't clear. It wasn't clear enough. It wasn't clear enough. So he's come out. He wanted to make sure. He says, yes, he has done a lot of valuable work in recording the who, what, where, and when in the post-1977 New Vrindavan history. And he nails the fact that Radhanath was involved in Salochan's murder with facts and eyewitness testimony. Very valuable. So yeah, that was what I said. That's what I said in my last video. Almost exactly the same. And he says, at the same time, we all know Henry holds a big grudge against Srila Prabhupada. Well, so do I. I don't know. And maybe Krishna. For Krishna's giving us Srila Prabhupada. I don't know. This guy's a clown. And hence are getting Krishna's words in Krishna's Shastra. Boy, is this guy ever brainwashed or what? I mean, I don't know. This pod guy is really. For example, he challenges me if I accept Srila Prabhupada's statements, yes or no. Yeah, he's asking you controversial statements that you won't answer. He's asking you things like, did Prabhupada say Hitler was a gentleman? Did Hitler deny the Holocaust? Did Prabhupada deny the Holocaust? Did Prabhupada say Hitler was a gentleman? Did Prabhupada say things about women? Did he a lot of these things? And because he's saying he challenges me if I accept Srila Prabhupada's statements. So Henry's already admitted that he accepts 99% of what Prabhupada says. So what is that 1% that Henry is upset with? What could that 1% be? It's got to be. It's just 1%. So if it's just 1%, we got to figure it's got to be something controversial. It's got to be something controversial that would create a rift between this Puranjana and Henry. So I think Henry has a problem with Prabhupada being a pure devotee, being in a disciplic succession, something like that. I think that's where the problem lies. I think that he doesn't accept some of Prabhupada's statements regarding the parampara, or I really don't know, but something. So he's got to bug up his ass about something. But it's just 1% of. He accepts everything else. And I don't know what I don't know, but that's what he says. So he says he challenges me if I accept Srila Prabhupada's statement. So he must be talking about the statement of women having less intelligence or liking to be raped, or Hitler, something. And Puranjana does not want to. He doesn't want to state what the statement is, but he definitely doesn't want to answer it in public. We can gather that. He doesn't want to answer. He doesn't want to answer Henry's question in public on his blog. He doesn't want to say yes or no to the statement, the controversial statement that Henry has challenged him on. So then he goes on, he says, well, the main statements of importance are, so he's going to explain what's important. Puranjana's going to explain what's important. Now, Henry doesn't get to explain what's important to Henry. Puranjana is going to explain what's important to Henry. Well, the main statements of importance are Krishna is God and we must treat all of his particles with love and respect. I don't think that's the main importance of Prabhupada's teachings. The main teachings of Srila Prabhupada is Krishna is God, Lord Chaitanya is Krishna, Srila Prabhupada is in the disciplic succession coming from Lord Chaitanya, and he's directly empowered by Lord Chaitanya and Krishna to preach Krishna consciousness in Kali Yuga. That is the importance of Prabhupada. That's what Prabhupada comes to teach. It's not treating all of his particles with love and respect. That's not. He says, and we should never worship conditioned souls as gurus, which will cause chaos, etc. Yes, I accept that. So he sidesteps the issue, which is the controversial statements. He doesn't want to answer the controversial statements and just act like they don't exist. And then he's just going to go on and just blast Henry. So he says here, but Henry will never stand in front of a church holding a Bible. Back to the Christian bashing. He wants to somehow equate Christians with I don't know, evil. I don't know what he's trying to do, but he says, Henry will never stand in front of a church holding a Bible and challenging them if they accept oddball statements from the Bible, yes or no. Because the church doesn't force you to accept their statements from the Bible. You can stand in front of a church and say, hey, I don't accept where it says this. And they're not going to say, well, you can't come in. They're not going to say that. They're not going to call you a demon and say all of these things. It would make no sense to go stand in front of a church and hold a Bible and ask a priest, do you believe this or that? Because he would just say, hey, I believe it, but if you don't believe it, so what? Nobody cares. If you want to come to church, come to church. If you don't, you don't. We're not a cult. We're not a cult. You don't have to believe. Nobody is telling you that you have to believe every single thing in the Bible verbatim, exactly as it is, or you cannot be a Christian, or you cannot be a Catholic, or you cannot be whatever you want to be. It's not a cult. In fact, Henry can be a Hare Krishna. He can reject Prabhupada 1%, 10%, 50%, and he can go to church and he can read the Bible if he wants to do that. He's not hurting anybody. He's not hurting you. He's not hurting me. He's not hurting Prabhupada. He's not doing anything. He's being Henry. And he has every right to do that, and he can do it without you bitching about him on your webpage. Bad-mouthing him like he's some kind of this or that. Who gives a fuck? You're a clown. Nobody cared why do you care so much what the fuck Henry's doing? You stand there and talk about this guy wants to be the ultimate devotee, but he doesn't want to go move into Madhu Pandit's place. He wants to promote Madhu Pandit while he denies Tattva Darshan. This guy's a complete waste of time. Exactly. He holds himself up as the ultimate. He holds himself up as the ultimate authority. Always looking down on everyone with his monkey smile. Hey, Trey Martin. Yeah, absolutely. Waste of time. Waste of time. Meanwhile, he's promoting Tattva Darshan. So meanwhile, while he's bad-mouthing Henry Doktorski for exposing these gurus and exposing the murder of Salochan, all of these things that Henry is exposing in his books, and Puranjana is somehow upset about that because Henry disagrees with 1% of what Prabhupada says. Well, you know what? I agree with everything Prabhupada says. You're not talking about me, and I'm calling you a fucking asshole, Puranjana, for promoting Tattva Darshan on your webpage by promoting Madhu Pandit and the Bangalore temple and Tattva Darshan. So why are you calling out Henry? You don't call me out. Why don't you talk about me on your fucking page? He says, Henry gleefully cites the Satyavani Shastra. Okay, the very same people who are angry that Krishna's words are being leaked out and saving many hundreds or thousands of people like me from being disconnected from Krishna. Yeah, I'm speaking out against against Prabhupada's words. Prabhupada's words are not Krishna's words, and it's offensive for you to even say that what Prabhupada says is what Krishna says. So I'm calling you out on that bullshit. Too many Hindus and Bhagavad Gita scholars and Vedic scholars say that Prabhupada's books do not represent Hindu scriptures and are not authorized translations. So we don't care about your Prabhupada's books and what you feel about it and what you Hare Krishnas feel about them. I don't care because they're pieces of shit. They're not nobody walks into a bookstore and says, oh, do you have any books by Swami Prabhupada? They go in there and they look for books by Krishnamurti and Yogananda and Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, and books by philosophers and religious people, books written by the Pope, books written by the Dalai Lama. You can walk into a bookstore, you can find books written by many religious leaders, Martin Luther King. A lot of these books have been bestsellers. But you're not going to find Prabhupada's book on no bestseller list, ever. You're not going to find his books anywhere. Books aren't in any bookstore, no Barnes and Noble, ain't nowhere. Nobody wants those pieces of shit books. The proof that nobody wants them is that you freaks got to go out on the street and hand them out person to person. If you weren't handing them out person to person, nobody would want those friggin' books. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous to even call it book distribution. Tattva Darshan is such a gem. Yeah, Madhu Pandit is so lucky to have Tattva Darshan there giving lectures. You know, like, what if us ex-devotees were like, you know what, maybe we want to go back to ISKCON. Maybe we got the wrong idea. Maybe we want to go back to ISKCON. And so we go back to ISKCON and we see this Tattva Darshan piece of shit there. And we go, you know what? I wasn't wrong at all. They got this Tattva Darshan piece of shit up there. And this other piece of shit, Bhakti, but no, I wasn't wrong. Here, I thought maybe I was wrong. No. Not wrong. You got these same pieces of shit sitting on the Vyasan giving lectures. You gonna tell me Madhu Pandit doesn't know who Tattva Darshan is? Well, Puranjana knows who Tattva Darshan is. When is Puranjana going to come out on his webpage and say, I denounce Tattva Darshan. Don't go to Bangalore and don't go to Madhu Pandit's temple because Tattva Darshan is there. No, he's not going to do that. He's going to spend his time yelling about Henry Doktorski, who wrote books about Salochan being murdered by these freaks. He's going to attack Henry Doktorski. He's not going to say anything about Tattva Darshan. He's not going to say anything about Madhu Pandit has Tattva Darshan at his temple, and he's got Tattva Darshan videos on Madhu Pandit's webpage. He's not going to talk about that. He's going to talk about Henry this and Henry that. Here, Puranjana goes on and says, they hate Krishna? Seems to be the case, as many folks told us. Why is Henry citing the people who self-evidently hate someone who is distributing Krishna's words? Why are you worried? Why are you so worried about what Henry's doing? Why don't you do something? You're not distributing any words. You're not distributing any books. You're not feeding anybody. You're not living in a temple. You ain't doing nothing but sitting behind a computer acting all tough. You don't even act tough because you're scared as fuck that someone's going to come put 2 bullets in your brain. You're scared of your own cult. You're scared of your own cult. You won't get on YouTube and talk shit about ISKCON and these gurus. No, you won't. He says, and Henry says he does not know they are doing that when they have plastered articles after article after article attacking us, Srila Prabhupada, and Krishna's words being distributed by the same. Okay, Henry is promoting the identical people who are attacking us, Srila Prabhupada, and who attacked Prabhupada in the 1930s. Because Srila Prabhupada is giving us Krishna. No. Nobody's attacking you because he's giving you Krishna. It's a fucking pedophile cult. And you're promoting pedophiles like Tattva Darshan and all these other fucking freaks. You're promoting child marriage in your books. Prabhupada glorifies Hitler. Prabhupada was a freaking Nazi. Prabhupada was saying, hey, Hitler was a great guy. I think Hitler was a good guy. What do you think? Hitler was a gentleman. Telling his disciples that Prabhupada had the atom bomb and he didn't drop it because he was a humanitarian. Give me a fucking break, man. Prabhupada is the ultimate transcendental troll. He's the ultimate fucking clown. He's a fucking clown, and I'm telling him to his face, you're a fucking clown. You're a fucking piece of shit clown. Calling out Henry. Like Henry has no right to be Henry. He's got to go to Pod and explain to Pod, ask Pod everything. Ask permission from Pod. Can I do this? Can I do that? Here, Puranjana has the nerve to say, I never for an instant thought I had a license to mistreat anyone, never mind vulnerable women, children, seniors, etc., from the teachings of Krishna. Rather, even today, I carefully move black widow spiders around when I come across them in my garden because my impression of the teachings of Krishna is that I cannot mistreat any other living thing. You know, there's people in the world that do that, and they don't believe in Krishna. So what's motivating them? What's motivating the people that move spiders around and they don't worship Krishna? They just do it out of the kindness of their heart. You're talking about you don't have a license to mistreat anyone, but you're sending people to Madhu Pandits so they can listen to Tattva Darshan, who has abused many people. Many children and people he has abused. And we don't have to speculate about it because he went to jail for it. He was convicted of it and he went to jail for it. He was kicked out of ISKCON for it, and you guys still stick up for him. And you want to complain about Henry Doktorski. You have the nerve to complain about Henry Doktorski. He says, what happened then when CBS News Jane Wallace went to New Vrindavana and filmed Kirtananda covered with the hands of many boys? She then came here to San Francisco to meet me. She asked me, is this Kirtananda's program, Pedophiles Heaven? When I said, yes, it is, she gasped in relief. I don't believe that. I don't believe that she ever went to meet him. I don't believe she ever went to meet him. Now, he likes to say a lot of shit. He likes to put himself up there as some kind of protector of the children. Meanwhile, he's spreading this bullshit around where little girls can be married at 12 years old. How are you protecting children and women when not only are you spreading literature that says child marriage is okay and women like to be raped, but then you're promoting a character like Tattva Darshan? So that's the so this I'm gonna do. I just want to show you because there's no way I could read this. There's no way I could read this whole thing. But this meltdown goes on forever. Okay, it's just it's a complete meltdown where he goes on and on about this. It's just the same. It's his greatest hits. It's his greatest hits. You know, like here he says, Kirtananda was a gay guy who did not like women, but that does not mean he represents Krishna. Nor did Srila Prabhupada ever tell me he does represent Krishna. Rather, Srila Prabhupada said he is a crazy man who belongs in Bellevue. Well, he also told that girl to go to New Vrindavan and work with Kirtanananda, cooperate with him, and that Kirtanananda was a pure devotee. And then she ended up in Africa and ended up getting killed. So why did Prabhupada tell her to go do that? Why did Prabhupada tell her to go to Kirtan? Well, he told a bunch of people to go worship this Kirtanananda guy. Prabhupada didn't care if he was crazy. Prabhupada didn't care if he was crazy. He didn't care if he was a homosexual. He didn't care any about that. All he cared about was he was Kirtanananda and he was Prabhupada's disciple. And Prabhupada put the whammy on him. So Prabhupada thought that Kirtanananda was some kind of pure devotee, whatever. Fucking delusional. Prabhupada was delusional. Kirtanananda is delusional. Puranjana is delusional. They're all fucking delusional. You got to be out of your fucking mind. And this Puranjana is out of his fucking mind. Here he says, so in other words, Henry and many others got cheated by the GBC gurus into thinking the Krishna religion teaches exploiting is valid, and then he blames the religion for the subsequent exploiting. Well, it does teach that. Prabhupada does teach that. Saying by hook or by crook, make them take a book or sell them a book, that's teaching, he's saying, go exploit them. Do whatever you can to get them to take a book. Lie, cheat, steal, whatever. Prabhupada didn't care. He says, he goes on, he says, Henry thus knows they hate us, hate Srila Prabhupada, and hate us having Krishna because that is what they are all about. And everyone else who looks at their stuff knows the same thing. And we knew that from our time in India. We are the low-class Western militia hippies and all of that. Okay, but we are all parts of Krishna too, or aren't we? No, you're a big piece of shit is what you are. You're a pedophile cult. You have no connection to Krishna. You have no connection to Krishna because you fucking protect pedophiles. You're a big piece of shit. You and all the Ritviks. It's all a bunch of bullshit. And the fact that you think that you can get on the internet and badmouth Henry and just like, I'm just going to get on here and say whatever the fuck I want to say about him. I'm going to call him this and I'm going to call him that. Well, fuck you. He says, okay, they are racist as well as haters of us people who are getting Krishna. Prabhupada is the racist. Prabhupada is the racist, the sexist, the misogynist, the homophobe, and so are you. So are you. So then he says, so I'm going to finish it with this one. So he says, Pod says, my friends and me discussed, he doesn't even know the English language. It's my friends and I. He says, my friends and me discussed this at length, and they summed it up pretty good. Henry supported the New Vrindavan people who were your worst haters, and they were trying to kill you. Now he is supporting another group of your haters, and if they could kill you, they would. You see how he just wants to project that because Henry disagrees with Pod, now Henry is out to kill Pod. They want to kill me. They were trying to kill you. Now he's supporting another group of your haters. And if they could kill you, they would. And they evidently wanted to kill our guru and his guru. And so everybody wants to kill everybody because this is a friggin' death cult. Talking about killing each other like is just No big deal. Like it's a ping pong match. Well, he wants to kill him, and he wants to kill him, and so he's going to kill him, and then he's going to kill him. This is the fucking cult that you're in. This is the fucking bullshit that you're in. These fucking freaks. This Henry leaves the cult, writes some books about it, and now this pod guy is he's accusing him of, well, let's see, what is he accusing him of? He's accusing him of hating Prabhupada. He's accusing him of writing these books where he hates Prabhupada. He's accusing him of being a Christian. He's accusing him of wanting to kill Puranjana now, all because he disagrees with something that Prabhupada says. And then Puranjana says here, I think our friends have really figured it out. They say these envious people have always been out to eliminate you by supporting your haters, and they still are. Nothing has changed with these people. That is their observation. So that's what happens. If you, he says, Dear Henry, so Pod says this, Dear Henry Prabhu, it looks like we have gone full circle here. Previously, you supported GBC people who hated my guts and wanted to kill me. Then you started to promote the Satyavani people who also hate Prabhupada and equally hate me, and said we are dirty, contaminated malechas to make us targets, See? Let us be real here. These Satyavanis hate my guts just as bad as the GBC people, or worse. And if they had the potential to take me out, they would. They hate my guts. So he says, it seems you tend to find people who hate my guts. He's so paranoid that if you disagree with him, that means you hate his guts and you want to have him killed. You're going to tell me that this guy is not a psychopathic, schizoid, paranoid, megalomaniac, malignant narcissist? When did Henry ever say any of this stuff? He hasn't said anything. All he said was, I don't agree with you. And it's turned into this, it went all the way from, well, Henry and I don't agree, to Henry wants me killed. And then Pod goes on to say, it is not evident to you, and that is the whole problem. You are my friend, okay, but you also tend to run in circles of people who hate my guts and would kill us. Who's us? Srila Saraswati said these caste lineage people will kill me, and they will also kill us, little peanuts, equally. So there Puranjana is admitting that this Gaudiya Vaishnav cult is a death cult. They like to kill each other. Bhakti Siddhanta was complaining that they're going to kill me. And Puranjana saying, and they'll kill all of us. All us little guys they'll kill. They'll kill anybody. He's saying. And the way Puranjana makes it sound, everybody's killing everybody. And this is perfectly okay. This is insanity. Okay, so after all of that, so after Pod says all of that, he says, but I should not pick on Henry too much. He is a victim of the overall system. I have all sorts of other haters like B.V. Damodar, who was blasting me for pointing out that Narayan Maharaj was Tamal's bucket boy. Sanat Mukunda, Prahlad, HKC, Jaipur, Mathurapati, like they're all one person, are infuriated. I am not helping them promote Radhanath's cheerleaders. Lots of haters out there. He says, they simply cannot tolerate having children liberated from Auschwitz for kids. And someone just now told me, no wonder they love Hitler. Can you believe he put that? No wonder they love Hitler. No wonder they love Hitler right here. No wonder they love Hitler. Well, it's Prabhupada who loves Hitler. So yeah, that's it. So he says, yeah, these people, you all, everyone wants to kill me. He went on this huge rant about Henry, and that is what 50 years in this cult will get you. This is what you can look forward to after about, I don't know, 35, 40 years in this cult. You will become a raving lunatic. You will become a raving lunatic. You'll become a paranoid schizophrenic, believing the stories in your head, believing that everybody's out to get you, everybody wants to kill you, everybody hates you. Well, a lot of people do hate him. I have to admit, a lot of people do hate him, but there's a big difference between just hating somebody and then wanting to kill somebody. Okay, there's a big difference to that. So that's the delusion. That's the psychosis, the paranoid schizophrenia that this cult causes. Like I said, this cult will cause mental illness. You go crazy trying to figure this shit out. And then you got this shit going on. You got child molesters. You're trying to speak out. You got people like this breathing down your neck, accusing you. Oh, you disagree with me? Well, then you must want me dead. How much sense does that make? Oh, you disagree with me? You must want to kill me. You tell me that's not a paranoid delusion right there. Henry Doktorski hooked up with these people so that they could have Puranjana deleted because Henry disagrees with 1% of what Prabhupada says. Okay, that's it for me today. I wanted to get this on record. I wanted to get together with everybody. I like getting together. We all have a little get together here, and I really enjoy it. I wanted to get this with the Puranjana thing. If you want to send in a donation, you can Bhakti Venmo Sri Mukunda Swami right there. I know Pod's got friends from the same. It's funny. Yeah, I don't think he has any friends. He just says us. He says us like there's a bunch of him. Like he's Michael Keaton in that movie where he just became a bunch of people. That is so funny. Yeah, it's retards are us, Mental Incorporated. Yeah, so this is what this cult will do to you. You will lose your mind. You will lose your mind. It's bad enough that you think there's a demon head eating the moon. But you become paranoid schizophrenic to where you're thinking that everybody's out to get you, to kill you. Everybody's a demon. Everybody's a malecha. Everybody's a yavana. Everybody's a rakshasha. Everybody's a... Oh, my goodness, man. You believe it in Yamadutas are going to come and get you? The Yamadutas are going to get you, man. The Yamadutas are going to get you. Believing in Yamadutas. Asking strangers on the internet if you should take birth control because your boyfriend is, I don't know what he's doing. It's crazy. Absolute insanity, this cult. Hey, thanks. Hey, Rafael, thanks for the videos. I didn't get to all your videos, but keep sending them, man. They're great. I love it. You're doing a great job as a producer. Hey, you keep me busy. Definitely keep me busy. I love it. So, hey, everybody, thanks for watching today. Please like, share, and subscribe, man. I'm trying to get to some milestones so the algorithm will kick in and we get these videos out to more and more people. It's really great seeing my views go up, and I know more people are watching. So thanks for that. And everybody out there, please have a great day, great morning, great evening, great afternoon. Wherever you are, please stay out of a cult. And for all you new viewers out there, and old viewers too, if you're an old viewer, that's okay. I'm old. This is me a long time ago when I was a Hare Krishna. So thanks, everybody. Have a great day.